Alright then, so despite basically going through so many 70 URLs, I somehow didn't do a single one from Numerian Reactor. And as you can see, this guy's basically done 70 URLs for like, a lot of years. He's done from like, 2008 here all the way on to like, 2022. So Numerian is basically one of those like, 70-year-old like developers that's actually like, almost been like, been available for like, all of them except for like, the first like, 3 of them, I guess. 2006 like, Addendum, and then 2007. And although basically like, this guy's like, 70 URLs, they're really interesting in many ways, and I actually have quite a few of them as like, spotlights, but well, we're gonna go with Hellspace here because I feel it's like, the best one he basically did for like, the sort of like traditional roguelike basically ones he basically did. So yeah, let's jump into Hellspace. 70 URL for 2014, by the way, if you can't really able to tell that right there. But there's a score right there. So it had completeness of 3, innovation of 1, fun 2, aesthetics of 2.5, scope 2.5, roguelikeness of 3, for an average of 2.33, tied for 24th place. Honestly, I'll throw it up there. I think the innovation is a little bit too low for it to score, but whatever. I'm not the one judging these like roguelikes. Maybe I'll do that like in the future. I'll throw it. I'll toss it to Darren Gray. You want me to judge some 70-year-olds? Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. So here's the README. Made for 70-year-old roguelike of 2014. It uses Java. Requires at least OpenGL 1.2. And there's the license. So, there's the artwork basically right there. There's the fonts, etc., etc. Honestly, you can like download it yourself to basically check this out if you want to, but whatever. Let's just play the game, shall we? So yes, numerianreactor.com. Let's expand it like so. And we'll go to key bindings here first. So here's the key bindings. Basically, you have like slash for like, I guess key bindings, but whatever, we're not going to do that. We have pickup item with G, inventory is I, shoot is S, look is X, close door is C, map is tab, tilde is basic history. You have like, nub pads to do stuff with, including like the 5 key to wait. So yeah, this is like a proper roguelike basically is basically done here, as opposed to like maybe like the other like whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Do I need number 0 for anything? I wonder. Don't think so. All right, so I'll note that's basically like new game normal, new game easy. Now, before we basically begin actually playing this game, I'll actually note something about Numerian here. A lot of people basically complain basically like prior to like this like 70 URL that his games were very, very hard to basically like play, and I mean that in sort of differently, not in terms of like being able to actually play them, but this differently overall. So Hellspace is actually very interesting to me because it's actually very much like an entry roguelike as opposed to like one that you basically like would play as like an expert like player. And in many ways, I actually think that the game here, like Hellspace, actually does a better job being an entry roguelike than like most roguelikes basically out on the market right now. So I really want to basically spotlight this because I think Numerian deserves a lot of credit basically for his game here for that reason. It's basically very like approachable. So if I was basically like just a roguelike for people to play, this would be one to actually like suggest. All right, so we saw a cutscene here. You can basically press S to skip it, but here we go with like this dispatch here and such. Attention all units. Disturbance report at Lazarus Research Station. Multiple casualties. Unknown hostiles. Copy dispatch. Unit 783 en route. I am in a bad mood. Lazarus Station, better prepare for stomping. Punch it. Alright, so your ship has docked. Now, this is like a really interesting feature of this game, by the way, but you basically have like bendy corridors. It's actually nothing really like spectacular because it's basically sort of like a graphical design rather than anything else, because this corridor is basically straight for the most part. It's like, you know, walk down, it's like, you know, whee! That's more like just a graphical, like, you know, thing, which is, it's still nice, but, you know, whatever. So here's these guys right here. There's basically another, like, you know, place right there. Welcome to Lazarus Research Station. Captain, it's a mess out there. Undead, demon-like creatures everywhere, and the AI has gone rogue. So we're fighting robots too. Each section of the station has been sealed, so you'll have to power on the doors as you go. The green arrow in your issue D will keep you on track. One last thing, Captain. There's something huge, something massive out. Thanks. I'll handle it from here. So yeah, basically that's like, you know, your intro basically to this game. So yeah, that's something to note about this game. You actually have like this sort of like green arrow, so like, you know, tell you where you have to basically go. So basically, like, you go to this door here, and more bendy like columns. So hooray! Again, it's basically like a straight, like, you know, walk right here, but you know, the graphics are definitely very, very cool to basically watch. All right, so the door slams shut behind you. There's no turning back now. Now, this is a very like interesting game because you basically have like, you know, buddies with you. So we have like, you know, these buddies to basically help us out here. So cool. All right, so we basically start off with these guys right here. If I press like X here, basically look at them, I guess. So there's a scurrier, and there's a scurrier right there. So let's fight. All right, so we beat the scurriers right there. And I know these guys are basically Marines are with us, so you know there is many to die and stuff like that, but whatever. All right, so I haven't really like talked about anything right here, but basically, note at the bottom here we basically have like, you know, ranged weapon, melee weapon, armor, quick slots for items, health bars basically over here. And yes, there'd be some fucking stuff going on here. Let's go to the next room. Alright, so Risen. So you have our first like undead creature here. And there we go. The Risen is basically dead. More Risen. Alright, so we lost one of our buddies there, but oh well. I think I actually lost two of them. But we got ourselves a cloaking device, so that's useful. And there's a patched shirt. And yeah, look, basically like, you know, you'll lose buddies basically as you'll go along in this like game, but oh well. That's just like par for the course. There are some scurriers in here basically to deal with, so okay, we'll get this maybe. It's probably just in our patched shirts, whatever. Your current equipment is better, you discard it, so don't really care. There's a comet knife, we'll put that up basically on. I don't think it's durability in this game, by the way, so there's like, you know, that basically going for you, but whatever. Step right here. We'll kill this guy. Ooh, a vibra knife. We'll get this. Alright, so these guys look a little bit tougher. We got ourselves security towers. There's a security bot right there. There's our cloaking device. This guy didn't really help me in that battle, but it's fine. He's almost dead anyways. And yeah, you'll basically find more guys so you can like go along here, so hooray! More buddies! Unfortunately, I lost their friends, but oh well. Oh, I guess we're basically going up there to power up the door, so there's a phase rifle. The weapon is still recharging apparently, so I can't use it just yet. Up. Now we got ourselves a worker. That's probably a mechanical worker, but that's fine. So we'll get a flashbang. There's a white shirt. Your current equipment is better, so whatever, you discard it. Alright, so that medical thing is basically where you can basically heal. We'll deal with that in a bit. We're just gonna, like, basically try and clear out the rest of this place for where we can basically find. Essentially, I want to basically like try and get them, the stuff basically, now before get injured on the way back here. So let's get this rocket. There's our pad shirt, our teleporter, health pack. Health pack's useful for like healing myself if I need to. So awesome. And I guess we can't go this way, so like this worker here. So comet knife, discard it. And yeah, you're pretty tough, like in this battle. So like you're like the badass, like Doom Marines guy, so to speak. Doom guy. Let's get the comet knife. Alright, that's the way basically out of this area if I want to basically leave. We're just gonna kill these guys right here. Now these guys will actually try and pop around to you if they get the chance to, so don't be surprised if they're running away, trying to get away from you. They're actually trying to kill you basically, so for the most part. Alright, so let's heal up right here. I'll feel much better. It's not really worth to basically keep fighting at this point. We already have our our health, and we got a lot of items here, so let's push on to the next area. There's some more Marines. So welcome to the housing and labs. So we got housing here. So far very linear. And yes, there'd be some freaking stuff to be doing here. It makes you think. What were you guys researching? There's a spiderweb ball. There's some more Marines. There's another health pack. And no bother, these are all have pips basically on, so you can actually see how many pips I basically have this stuff here, so that's cool. And yeah, I have so many guys here basically following me around. They're having problems basically following me because it's basically so many of them at this point. So you can only shoot in these directions, I guess. You can't shoot wherever you want to. So that's a thing. Here's a cloaked risen. That's a bed over there, but whatever. Let's kill off him. There's a ray cannon. That's better than my current weapon, apparently. Uh-oh. So you got some, powerful tricks to these guys. So I can heal up here if I want to, but you know, let's just hit that for now. There's our spiderweb ball. And you know, you can see like this how easy this basic game it basically is here, because like, you know, we're just like breezing through without like, you know, having to use like any items so far, except for like, you know, the weapons we like, you know, we basically found. And yeah, my thing shut off there for a moment, but it's fine. Oh, I lost my guys here, so I'm just going to go back to see if I can basically find him, so. How many Marines I still got around? Just 2? Just 2. Oh, that's fine. So he's making illusionary doubles as this guy, you know, this guy here, so. That's all that guy's basically doing for us. There's a ray can again, we already got one. There's a Tesla field generator apparently. There's a berserk stim. They're both dead. You're dead. Whoop. So we got mass risen here. So here's where you know, we actually see like this game actually has like, you know, more in this like, you know, the basic like, you know, let's spawn an illusionary double, or let's just have like, you know, Michio that basically runs at you. So this game actually does have like, you know, guys in it that are actually kind of interesting, like this mass risen here. So we'll kill this guy basically off. At this point I need to go heal up, I think, at this point, so we'll do so. And it really makes you wonder, like, what were they working on when they have, like, you know, mass risens and, like, you know, cloaked risens basically popping up like that. Poop, let's do this. And we're just going to make our way over here again, down the hall. Pick up that. Shoot you in the face. And there we go, we got heavy Kevlar, so we'll pick that up. For some reason, I can't actually pick this up, I guess, so that might be a bug, but whatever. Here we go. More Marines, because, you know, why not? Alright, so here's where we actually start to see, like, demons and stuff like that pop in. So, here's the brutes. So, let's shoot you. These guys are a lot tougher than the other stuff I've been fighting, right? So, there's a phase blade. Why can't I pick this up? Actually, I killed my friend there, I guess, but whatever. Okay, I should be able to pick this stuff up here, but I guess there's like an issue with, like, you know, equipping stuff once you basically have, like, you know, max inventory or something like that, perhaps. That would be like my, like, you know, guesses of what's basically happening here, but whatever. Let's use the thing right there. Yeah, basically now I'm able to pick up the sword and stuff like that. So that was basically just an issue of the fact that, like, you know, if you're, like, you know, maxed out in your inventory because you can't pick up more stuff, so that's like a bug. But whatever. Let's get pick up a heavy. You know, Kevlar doesn't pick up, so that's fine. I'll use the all mapper at this point, so we'll do this. Your shrines are basically revealed, so basically it, like, gives me an idea what's basically going on here. So here's basically a caster. Let's just shoot that guy down. And some unlucky corpses basically in this room. Alright, so now if I try and get to this door here, like, it won't open to the basic power of, like, power, so... Okay, so... Note that basically around us basically have, like, a very special effect. So, basically, this is, like, a sort of confusion effect that basically, like, this, like, brute basically does. And... It's really hard to basically tell where the brute basically is. There's a Reizuka, by the way. Alright, so I got really injured from that one, so let's just heal up there a little bit, so you feel much better. So that's actually a very innovative feature I basically think for like a confusion sort of effect there. So basically when you're basically playing like, games that have like sort of like, debilitating effects, that was like a really interesting one because basically like, it's not really like, confusing, making you like wandering around like everywhere. It's like you see like illusions are all around you and like, I have no idea what's basically going on now. So it's actually like a really cool, effect that you have right there. So basically it's a brute, risen, shoot this guy. Yeah, I don't want to be wasting too much time in like these levels at this point because like, this is where stuff gets a little bit like, more hairy, so to speak. Let's shoot you. There's a caster right there apparently. Let's shoot the caster right there. He cased a double apparently. This is not the right room to basically go into, unfortunately, so let's heal up here a little bit. There's the all mapper basically help me out here a little bit. I still have a ways to go apparently, so let's try going this way, I guess. My weapon is still recharging apparently. Well, let's try and show off some of your stuff. Let's try a spider ball. So basically there's like, yeah, basically, they can also teleport by the way. There's a spider ball basically doing its thing there, so like, it basically like, holds them down for like a moment. And let's go with, here's a spider resin, by the way, so this guy can do the same thing to me. Come on, he's got a friend here. So this guy's got like cloaking, and this guy's got spider balls, so lovely, lovely stuff. There's our alt mapper. There's a lot of casters in here, possibly. Alright, so, we're gonna make ourselves a double right there. Whoop! That's the wrong way. So, I made a double myself right there as opposed to the other way. Caster teleports. It's basically just like making doubles of me, but it's like not necessarily like, that helpful. So there's a hyper blade, we'll pick that up. Hull projector, useful. Not really, but whatever. Oh, guess what? I went the wrong way, I think. That's where I have to go, but I have to go all the way around to apparently get to it, so... Heal up. And we'll go this way. Ah, so here's some new enemies. We got ourselves the worms. They're not too bad. Marines! Hi, hello, Marines. Glad you could join me. Weapon's still recharging, because why not? There's a mass prison again. There's this thing again, so let's see here. We'll pick that up, we'll pick this up, pick that up. There's a flashbang and a teleport again. I'm not sure where our the dog by the way, apparently. I got poisoned apparently. Alright, I want the power suit, so let's see here. What kind of dish? Let's see here. We're just gonna use the health just in case. We'll pick this up. Okay, seriously, how do I get out of here? Oh, you know what? I went through the wrong door. I am stupid, but that's also like, you know. It goes to show, like, you know, these can be like very like loud for me to some of these like, you know, maps here, but whatever. Well, I made it up here finally, so heal up. There we go. Door's ready. Let's go this way. You have to see a lot of the effects basically as I went through this level, so hooray for that. Alright, so this is where things get a little bit like, you know, interesting. I didn't have to use that, I probably shouldn't have used it, but whatever. Alright, so it's basically you, me and him basically right here. So Lazarus CEO. Life is such a precious and powerful thing. As you've seen, it can be taken from one and born into another, or even used to power an entire space station. Really, all life does is feed on life. Here at Lazarus Corporation, we don't let silly moral boundaries get in the way of that. Yudo, you've done nothing but extinguish all in your path. So, for all this trouble, I will extinguish you. So yes, it's the final fight. We're basically fighting against the CEO of this place. So, let's get some rage basically going. And smack, smack. He teleports away. See, I know this guy likes to, like, you know, use like his like special effects basically to do stuff here, so we'll have to do the same. And yes, he also has the ability to do stuff like this as well, so here's his basic darkness stuff basically happening. Well, we can't move backwards, I guess, here, so let's do a flashbang. Yes, my health is low. And then we killed the Lazarus CEO. Oh, here's the heart. Ah! Congratulations, you defeated the Lazarus CEO and his demon worm. That was totally badass. Alright, so, that was basically Hellspace by Nicholas Numerian Ross. And I always wanted to basically show off this game, obviously, because, like, you know, it's really good, like, you know, showing of, like, you know, how to basically make a very, like, you know, friendly, like, you know, 70-year-old basically play. A lot of 70-year-olds that basically, like, are done, like, you know, they're sort of done with, like, the premise that basically whoever's going to be playing it has some knowledge of basically Roguelike basically to play them, like, you know, beforehand. But this is actually very good, like, you know, showing of, like, you know, how you can basically, like, you know, introduce people to, like, Roguelikes in a very interesting way. And at the same time, Newbie also basically, like, you know, had some interesting ideas there where, like, you know, he had a sort of, like, madness effect that basically happens, so you basically, like, you know, get confused. And, you know, he also had, like, some other stuff in there as well, like, you know, the webbing, he had the confusion, or not confusion, but, you know, he had stealth, he had, like, you know, the webbing, he had, like, you know, the casters, he had, like, people shooting at you and stuff like that. So, cloaking as well. And anyways, yeah, I wanted to basically, like, you know, show it off because it was a very interesting, like, you know, showing that you can basically make the game as, you know, it is like an easier basically game, but it's also like, you know, geared towards someone else who's basically not, like, you know, familiar with roguelikes. And yeah, if I was basically to introduce someone to, like, you know, never has been like a 70-year-old before, this would probably be the one to basically do it with. So, Hellspace, awesome.